we're not going to go with it. We're just trying to stir things up right now. We know that's not...
The thing is, if you save us a week for sure.
That's what I want to talk to you guys about.
It would save us a week, 1 week.
I think we should. I want to send Diane home.
Listen.
Diane? Why?
You want to what?
Because she's already on the block.
You want to what?
What?
I want to send Diane home.
Why?
If we send either one of those two home, they're still their friends. They're still coming after us.
What do you mean?
What are you going to say today?
Nothing. We're just talking about nothing. She's not going to campaign against Diane because they're close friends.
And Diane's not going to campaign against her.
Well,
I know.
Kaysar, if you made a deal with Nokomis, she will keep her word.
Okay, so I'll make a deal with Nokomis. We'll send Diane home.
No, take Diane off the block. Get rid of Boogie.
This is the way we played it. We were thinking, if a deal is in the
numerically,
equation,
it makes sense for us because it saves us a week.
because if you make a deal with Diane or Nokomis, they got to get their sets. All right, hair, makeup, everyone ready? Can I do some
Should we start over? Yeah, hold on, let me do some push-ups.
James and I are upset. Okay.
If a deal was in the equation, I didn't think a deal was made in this equation.
That was not part of the whole...
But listen. If a deal is made with Nokomis and Diane, they'll keep it. There's nothing more that Will would like to do is go into the diary room and just be like, can you believe this fucking idiot just made a deal with me? You know, and then put you up the first chance he gets. You know what I mean? We don't know anything for sure, but when you have, you have one group that you can take their word, and you have another group where you can't take their word.
Make a deal
with
Nokomis to say, look,
we're
going to save you. You have to swear that you are, when you get HOH, you, Nokomis, are going after Floater.
Because Nokomis can
She told me, she's like, when we're talking, she's like, the worst, she's like, look, I wasn't coming after you. She's like, if anything, the worst thing in the world that I could see is another cowboy situation. She's like, I don't want Chicken George to go to the end.
All those two have talked about, all Diane talks about is how she can't believe she's leaving before the millionaire Boogie and the millionaire Will. These are two people that could have worked, with us. And there's still an opportunity for them to work with us.
I think we need to take Chilldown out. I think it was like
both of them?
No, just take out Boogie. And Nokomis will hold her bargain, I bet you. Going after Floater.
If Boogie does go, you think Will's really going to want to be here with no entertainment?
Exactly.
It'd be easy to send home right before sequester.
The thing is, it saves us.
And Nokomis can win an HOH, unlike Boogie and Will.
If Boogie and Will don't win, they're just going to go to whoever is HOH next to
Part 1 of season 6.
We're fucked.
Because they're going to do it to save their own ass. Because if it's not one of us, and it's like Marcellus, they're going to be like, all right, Marcellus, there's 2 of us, and there's 4 of season 6. Marcellus has already been dancing around the 4.
Why do you want to send Diane?
I don't think it's fair to make a deal with half of the alliance.
I was just thinking right now.
Half of their team.
Who's half?
Like Nokomis. Like, hey, we're sending home your best friend, but we'll save you if you go after Floater.
I'm not making good... Why? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, the deal is, if you were... Diane and Nokomis stay. They're in the HOH competition, okay? And if both of those are going to put up a floater if they get HOH, then that saves us a week. Because that means there's 5 of us competing in the HOH competition with our best interest in mind. Okay? Right now, there's 3 of us. Janelle, myself, and Howie. Okay? Will and Boogie don't have to compete. They don't have to win, because if anyone else other than the 3 of us gets HOH, they're going to be like, why don't you go after the season 6 people? All they could have done to me is talked about how we place targets on our head, because when you win HOH, this jackass is like screaming, blah, blah, rubbing it in everybody else's face that they're on the block and we're safe for another week. This constant screaming of what a kaysar is only putting targets on our head because he's rubbing it in their faces. Sitting at the veto competition screaming, oh, I could have whooped anybody's ass in this today, da-da-da-da, I could have beat Diane, I could have beat Nokomis. There's people going home and they're getting pissed off.
I don't know. Like, is there any way that Jace will work with Diane?
Yeah, there's a way.
There is, right?
Because I didn't tell you guys, but me, Marcy, and Danielle all saw it. Jace flipped out because today Diane was wearing that Team Nick shirt, and he thought it meant Team Nokomis. And he goes, "She did come here with her. Fuck." And he got like super emotional, and I've never seen him so mad. So I think that he thought that
She was betraying him.
yes.
I'm telling you that I know. This is why. There's. I know. Look, can I say something? This is my reasoning. I think that they struck some sort of deal. They still don't trust each other, Diane and Jace. But they struck a deal before they came into this house, okay? And not only that, there's still animosity between Nokomis and Jace. Okay? That's why I was thinking get rid of Diane and have Nokomis go after Jace eventually.
Do Nokomis
Yes.
realize that she's
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Get rid of Boogie, have Diane and Nokomis go after floaters and Jace. We have to think about the next competition also, and with 3 of us competing against the 9 people left in the house, it hurts our odds. But if we have 5
Nokomis
competing,
isn't going to take a deal if you send Diane home, is she?
Yeah, she doesn't want to go home. She doesn't care. As long as she's like, I'm not going to campaign against Diane.
Will she make a deal with all 4 of us, or all 4 of us?
I'll talk to her more
To go
about
after a floater if we keep her?
for at least 1 week, right?
Yes.
Sure, she will. Yeah. She's very.
I look at it this way: if we take out Boogie this week, a floater gets knocked off next week. We drop Will the week after that. He is nothing.
If Chilltown is non-existent, who are they going to go after?
They're coming after us.
Okay, but we need to create another threat. Otherwise, we're screwed anyway. We can't have
Chilltown is incredibly manipulative, and I think as long as they're
You don't think people are... We have to play their game, dude. We can't just sit back and hope that everything works. Here's the thing. If you decide to create there's not a single other entity in this house except for us, you don't think people are going to be like, okay, these guys are running the show, Sovereign 6, for weeks now, and there's no other alliance in this house because they keep destroying every other one.
Well, Nokomis and Diane would be an alliance, or Chilltown would be an alliance.
Nokomis Diane alliance? Who gives a damn about that alliance?
Because they can win HOHs and these other guys can't, and they're going to be sitting back there.
It's exactly that animosity that Diane is feeling right now. That's what we need to keep in the house. They won't win HOHs, but they will fuel the fire because they're millionaires, because they've got big attitudes and big egos, and that's the thing that we need in this house because that's going to take attention off of us. That's what we need to focus on.
I don't think it'll take attention off of us.
I think it's a huge mistake to take it out.
I think it's a huge mistake to get rid of Nokomis and keep Chilltown.
I'm saying keep Nokomis, get rid of Diane, and cause that friction between Jace and Nokomis. Keep the friction between Danielle and Marcellus. Okay? If we keep taking people out and doing people all these favors, okay, obviously Diane and Nokomis don't like Chilltown. They don't. Every time they walk by, they're rolling their eyes. They're like, they don't like that outlandish, loud behavior. They don't like it. You don't take people out because they don't like them. You keep them in.
Well, how about we get rid of Chicken George this week and
No.
let them go after each other?
No.
I mean, if we're talking about keeping an alliances to go after each other, then, I mean, what the hell, you know?
Not this week, though, James. Okay, here's the thing. Is there any way that we can talk to Nokomis? Because we can save her and be like, look, if, you know... Okay. Say, look.
Okay.
Say, look, Nokomis, is there any way that if you stay in the house, you can make a deal with us and not go after a threat from BB6, but go after a floater? Promise, and I think she'll keep her word.
I know she will.
A floater or Chilltown or Jace. Or how about just someone not us?
I'll just say go after a floater. That's implied enough. I don't want to implicate ourselves too much at this point in the game.
Okay. Say a floater. Don't say BB6.